Hey, what's up everybody? This is Alex Molina93 here. Today is gonna be a topic about the Nintendo Switch getting a real third-party support. We all know that Nintendo had a bad relationship with the third-party devs from the past generations, starting with the N64. Their last console that had an amazing third-party support was the Super Nintendo. Because let's face it, the Super Nintendo had more games to offer than what the N64, GameCube, Wii, and Wii U offered. I mean, as you can see that the Wii U failed, and that's why the Switch is around the corner. I mean, the Switch is doing very well in its first year. It is actually doing a lot better than what the Wii U did in its first year in 2013, I believe. I mean, the Wii U didn't have enough games in its first year until the last months with Super Mario 3D World, Pikmin 3, Zelda Wind Waker HD. Those are the only games that were worth getting for Wii U, and maybe Wonderful 101 and some multiplats that run well. I mean, a few of them, of course, but I mean, like, the Switch, it is obvious that it needs more third-party support, because seeing the Wii U that it had zero third-party support, that means that exclusives is not the only solution. What makes a console relevant? Its game library. Its game library is what sells consoles, not exclusives. I mean, it's okay that you can be excited for some of the exclusives, either Nintendo, PlayStation, or Xbox, even though Xbox One doesn't have exclusives. Most of their games come to PC anyway. But yeah, I mean, the Switch is doing very well in sales, and I'm really glad it's doing well. And seeing Doom, Wolfenstein, Alien Noir announced for the Switch, I mean, it could mean something, that it is a good start, and it seems like Nintendo is kind of learning from their past mistakes, and they're kind of listening to their fans. Because Nintendo can be stubborn and arrogant at times, they need to realize that doing whatever the hell they want is not gonna work. It's okay to have their own identity, but it's not the solution. Seeing the demand from their fans, gamers, and consumers, that is gonna help them. I mean, Nintendo is supposed to pander to us, not us pandering to them. They're after our money. If they want our money, they have to do what the fans want. I mean, having their own identity, it's okay, but you need to improve your image, Nintendo. I mean, people don't want you to innovate, they want you to evolve. I mean, the Switch, I like the Switch. I'm really liking it so far. From hearing that the Switch is easy to make games for it, and it is built from the ground up for the third-party devs. Maybe, I mean, seeing the games like Doom, Wolfenstein, Skyrim, Dragon Quest, Sonic Forces, Rocket League, I mean, it could be a good start. And let's not forget about NBA 2K and WWE and FIFA maybe. I mean, I know it isn't enough. More indies, of course, they're supporting the Switch. I mean, most of the indies that the PS4, Xbox One, and PC had, it is obvious that they're gonna support the Switch. The possibility that we might see Kingdom Hearts 3, Final Fantasy 7 Remake, Overwatch, Resident Evil 7, I mean, they were not confirmed. I mean, they said that it might be a possibility. Since the Switch can run with Unreal Engine 4, so why not? I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 7 Remake, they run with Unreal Engine 4, so it could be possible that the Switch might get those games. I mean, They're gonna be inferior. They're not gonna look as good as the PS4 and Xbox One versions, but they just need to look good and run smoothly and having enough features that their competitors' versions have. So, I mean, Overwatch, I don't know, to be honest. Capcom said that they're gonna do more Switch games after the success of Ultra Street Fighter 2, even though it is an older game. We already have that version on the past consoles. I mean, just having a few features, maybe. I haven't played that version, but it is good to hear that Capcom is gonna do more Switch games, and we might see Resident Evil 7 on the Switch. It is obvious that they confirmed that Resident Evil Revelations 1 and 2 are gonna be on the Switch. But the problem is, you need micro SD cards for your Switches. I mean, I knew since the beginning that 32 gigabytes, it isn't enough for the Switch. I don't know what Nintendo was thinking in the first place. I mean, even you want to think that 500 gigabytes, it isn't enough for the PS4 and Xbox One, but at the very least, they give you enough space for some certain games. Depending which game you have, it is enough for the memory. I mean, that's why hard drives exist. That's why memory cards existed back in the day. Remember the PS1, Dreamcast, GameCube, and PS2, and Xbox? Exactly. Games these days, they require memory. I mean, not because of the save files, but also for patches, DLC, and updates. That's why we need more memory on the Switch. I mean, 32 gigabytes, it isn't enough, people. Nintendo fanboys, you're making fool out of yourselves. 32 gigabytes isn't enough. Whether you think that 500 gigabytes, it is a joke, 32 gigabytes is a joke. It is very low compared to 500 gigabytes the PS4 and Xbox One had. Because look at NBA 2K18 for example. It needs more than 20 gigabytes of storage, and you need to buy a micro SD card. It is acceptable for you. It is acceptable that Nintendo tells you that you need a micro SD card and you think that 32 gigabytes is enough. Shame on you, Nintendros. Shame on you. The problem is that those versions need to sell very well on the Switch, because look at the Wii U. The third parties didn't sell that well on the Wii U. Only the Nintendo games, the exclusives. As I was saying, if you want more third-party games, you need to support them. I want a Nintendo console to have more third-party games. And to tell you, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of the Wii U. I don't hate it. I'm not gonna smash it. I'm not gonna sell it. But it is my least favorite Nintendo console of all time. It didn't live up to the high expectations. And the Switch, it is so early to judge whether it's gonna be a great console or a failing console. Nobody knows. I mean, it came out months ago. It came out till March. The time will tell. So we'll see what is gonna happen during the Switch's lifespan. Like I was saying, I mean, from what I'm seeing in its first months, it is not getting droughts. I mean, you have some remasters from the Wii U, like Mario Kart 8 and Pokken Tournament. And you have some new games like Mario Plus Rabbids, ARMS, and Splatoon 2. I mean, which is great. I mean, I'm really glad that they're filling the gaps. Because remember that the Wii U had more droughts and we have to wait till months to get the biggest game. For the Switch, it seems like that's not the case. I'm really glad that Nintendo is kind of listening to their fans. I mean, look at the Metroid outcry. We're gonna get Metroid Prime 4 and Metroid Samus Returns just came out. I want that game. And to tell you the truth, I mean, I'm really happy that games like Doom, Wolfenstein, Alien Noir, Skyrim, and some of the biggest AAA games are gonna come out on the Switch. Even though the Switch is not as powerful as a PS4, Xbox One, and PC, but you need to get these games. Even though they're gonna look inferior, just make sure to make them look good, run smoothly, and having enough content for the Switch owners. I mean, give the Switch a better library of games to choose from, and people will buy your system. You'll see. I promise you, Nintendo. If the Switch is gonna have a variety of good games to choose to play on, it might have been one of my favorite video game consoles of all time. It is so early to judge it. I cannot say that it is my favorite right now because it just came out. But I think the Switch is gonna be a lot better than the Wii U. Even the Wii, the GameCube, and maybe the N64. But yeah, I mean, I'm really glad that Nintendo are doing some of the right things, even though they made some wrong choices like the voice chat, which looks like a mess. I'm not gonna use that app until they fix it, until they make a normal one. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I want the Switch to have a lot of great games to play from both first party and third party. Just listen to your fans, to your consumers, and the gamers that are critical and vocal to you, Nintendo. Don't listen to those mindless Nintendo fanboys that they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Listen to us, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna do very good as well. Just make sure that the Switch is gonna be your Super Nintendo. I mean, make the Switch as it is your Super Nintendo. Make this console more appealing to everybody, not just the Nintendo fans. Make it more appealing to everybody, and not just the casuals either. Just make sure that it has enough games for everybody to play. And that's all I'm gonna say. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more videos to come for you guys to enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and a like button below, and comment in the section below if you believe that Nintendo Switch is gonna have a real third-party support or not. It is your choice. So, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Peace, just like that.